Hello and welcome back to this vlog. Peter Bradshaw here from The Guardian, and we are at the online Berlin Film Festival, accessed via my laptop, which has this year offered a simply brilliant movie which has not merely reversed my lockdown mood of torpor and depression, but it has held out the hope that cinema can, one day, soon, come out of its stagnant hibernation. And this is the new film from CÉLINE SCIAMMA called Petite Maman, or Little Mum. Now, there is no clip or trailer for this film, though here is a still. It is a very mysterious and beautiful fairy tale reverie, like a classic English story for children about grief, death and the mother-daughter bond. Child actor Josephine Sanz plays Nellie, an 8-year-old whose mum Marion has entered into a depression following the death of her own mother in a care home, and triggered by childhood memories caused by clearing out her mum's old house on the edge of a wood where she used to play as a child, building a tree house. Marion leaves Nellie in the care of her dad, and Nellie is left to play by herself for long periods, just as her mother once did. But then Nellie is startled to see a little girl who is building a tree house. She is Nellie's mirror image and played by Josephine Sanz's twin, Gabrielle, and she says that her name is Marion. Has Nellie been transported into the past or Marion into the future? It is a wonderfully elegant, simple tale, a kind of ghost story or parable, and the Sanz sisters are wonderful. It is my favourite from this year's Berlin and surely one of the best of the year. I can't wait for it to be released in the UK. Another absolute treat in Berlin this year is Ryu Hamaguchi's new portmanteau film of 3 short stories entitled Wheel of Fortune and Fantasy. These are sparklingly ingenious and well-acted short stories, playfully riffing on the themes of coincidence, fate, identity, role play, and how these things connect with pleasure and desire. Perhaps because one of the characters is a specialist in French literature, I thought that these movie tales had a rather European flavour, and I found myself thinking of Emmanuel Carrère and Milan Kundera. A young model is startled by her friend's anecdote about her hot date and goes to see her own ex. A student plans the sexual humiliation of the professor who flunked him. 2 women have a strange meeting after a high school reunion. Each story has something to linger in the mind and on the palate. A great film for grown-ups and something else to look forward to. The last Berlin film I want to talk about is Ted K by Tony Stone, an intensely observed moment-by-moment reimagining of the inner world of Ted Kaczynski, played here by Sharlto Copley, the notorious Unabomber who from the 70s to the 90s pursued an on-off terror campaign of mail bombing, largely from his remote cabin in the Montana wilderness.
I can't get this around. It's not,
Ted, it doesn't work. It's broke. It's broke. Just hold on real tight. Whoa! I couldn't help myself. Sorry, Ted. Sorry, Ted. I won't do it again, I promise.
Ted K there, hitching a ride, getting upset there with the driver, taking the mickey out of him, but saving his violence for where it can have most impact and generally living his boring and unhappy life. It's an eerily plausible film, an uneasy and mesmeric guide to what's going on in his head. But what's even more disturbing, as with so many true crime fictions, is that the real Ted K is still alive in prison. The real Ted K is, in a sense, the author of everything we see here on screen, but he doesn't get to participate in a promotional Zoom Q&A from his prison cell with the producer, director and stars, though he might one day see the film himself It's a strange thought. There you go, that's it for another week. I can't say this often enough. Please give this humble YouTube channel a like and a share on your various social media platforms. Please subscribe to it, because that's always good. And leave a comment to say you've subscribed and say what your favourite film is. And also, please read my book, which is an edited selection of Guardian reviews. See you next week.